This is just a quick video on how I'm able to get a full smooth 4K 60 FPS running on an RTX 3060 12 gigabyte with an Intel 10850K. I've got 16 gigabytes of RAM on this. I am running an SSD, but it's not an NVMe, so it's not as fast of an SSD. I know for the requirements of this game, they say that NVMe drives work better, but I'm getting great results on this just with your standard SSD. I think it's a Samsung 860 EVO. So I'll just run through the settings here. So we've got dynamic render quality set to high. I'm running, as you can see, 3840 by 2160. Resolution scale is just at your standard 100%. And I'm not using DLSS. I'm using TAA on this. DLSS honestly looks really bad. It just looks kind of soft. It's not sharp. And I have tried the new driver with the transformer setting, and I've tried setting that to like preset J and to the standard preset. It looks really good, honestly, but I've had all kinds of problems with all of the newer drivers, even when they've updated them with that, where the screen was flickering. This is 120 hertz refresh rate LG Sony OLED, and basically it was flickering on the screens of the game. I am running it in G-Sync compatible mode so that I can use variable refresh rate, and needless to say, fast forward, I rolled back to an earlier driver from late December, and it's not doing that anymore. So it seems to be an Nvidia driver issue, and I'm hoping they fix that at some point. But until they do, I'm running this with TAA. It just looks sharp, and it runs really stable. So the dynamic render quality, again, set to high. On this setup with the 3060 12 gig, as compared to my 3080, where I don't have to VSync it, I find if I VSync it on this setup at 60 FPS, I haven't had any issues with stutter at all. So obviously the 3060 is not as powerful of a card, not even nearly as the 3080. So that's what I'd recommend. I'm running 8x anisotropic filtering. Ray tracing has to be off for sure. This card is not powerful enough to do that. And then everything else is set to medium, except for motion blur quality. It doesn't have a medium setting, so that's set to low. And that's the setup. So basically medium, more or less, on everything. And then this is set to 60 FPS VSync, and this is set dynamic render quality to high. Now, the other really important thing that you need to do is you need to go into your BIOS/UEFI setup and disable resizable bar support. That's something I had to do on this system and also on my 3080 system, 3080. My 3080 rig is running a 12700K processor, and I just found the game to just have periodic frame drops, which is really annoying. You don't ever want to have that. So you definitely need to make sure you go and disable resizable bar. Google it if you don't know how to do it, but it's under your PCI settings in your BIOS. And typically on the way you would get into that is you reboot your computer and hold down either the escape or the delete key to get into that, and then go into your advanced settings in your PCI and disable the resizable bar. That's going to help a lot. And then you also want to make sure you disable HAGS, hardware accelerated GPU scheduling, in your Windows settings. So if you do that and you go through and do these settings, I did a ton of experimentation to get to this point of getting a full fluid 60 FPS with 0 frame drops, and it's great. So yeah, hope that's helpful to you, and let me know in the comments if you've tried any other settings with the 3060 that look or work better than this. But it's just really nice to get the full 4K. Everything looks really sharp. And, you know, once again, you know, I will run Nvidia DLAA in favor of TAA if they can come out with a driver that doesn't have the bugs. I haven't had that flickering screen issue on my 3080 with that newer Nvidia driver, but on this system, it's just unfortunately not working with that transformer DLSS model. So yeah, again, you know, if you've had better results with that, then let me know in the comments with the 3060 and you're able to run that. But it was super inconsistent, both in performance. Like sometimes it would run really well, other times it would start to stutter, you just don't ever want your monitor to be flickering. I was worried about it at one point. There was something wrong with the TV, but it was the driver. So, all right, have a nice night or day.